guys, welcome back to 𝘿𝓚𝓫𝓸𝓫𝓸𝓸𝓫𝓸𝓫𝓫𝓫. Today we have another Volcarona Rainbow Wrestler featuring our Sylveon VMAX once more from Evolving Skies, the old card with the max Harmony attack doing 70 base damage plus 30 more for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. So how do we pull out as many different types as we can? We have our Kecleon with the Chroma Shift ability helping us substitute for all the types with all 8 different basic energy cards. So in order to attach as many different types of basic energy as we can onto this Pokemon, we have our 𝘿𝐿𝐴 to discard the top 5 cards of our deck and attach any amount of energies discarded to our bench fighting Pokemon. That means we actually need to attach a fighting energy to our Kecleon before we're able to play that card, transforming this Pokemon into a fighting type. We also have one Volcarona V to do massive damage if they kill our Kecleon with a boss. It also helps us recycle our energy cards for us to be able to play our support cards once more, recharging another Kecleon on the bench with as many different types of energies as we can while we're preparing for our next attacker. So how do we charge up our Sylveon? It actually needs 3 energies to attack with the max Harmony. We have our Leafeon to help us do greening cells early on in the game, 2 Rapid Strike energy, and 1 energy switch to help us transfer an energy from our Kecleon after playing our 𝘿𝐴. To summon our supporter cards, we have 2 copies of Lumineon, 1 Eldegoss V. To summon our basic Pokemons, we have 4 VIP Pass, 2 Quick Ball, 2 Sonia, and 1 Capture. For the evolution, we have 2 Ultra Ball and 2 Pokekid to summon our VMAX. We also have 1 Bird Keeper for the Switch, 1 Raihan, and 1 Boss Order for the extra power play, 1 Manaphy for the bench protection, and 1 Crobat V to help us draw cards. Finally, we have 2 Energy Surge to help us get our fighting energy for Kecleon. We also have 4 basic fighting energy, 3 Fire, Lightning, and Metal, 2 Water, Psychic, Grass, and Darkness just because we could already bench those types. So that's all for the deck. Let's get for gameplay! Okay, let's go for our first game. We're up against Arceus, Urshifu. We got Starbirth. Astral Radiance is finally out. It was actually out like yesterday, but you actually have to buy those packs online. You can't actually buy them from the shop. It's still not available. It's gonna be available in like 2 days. So 2 days after, we actually have it's gonna be on the tournament as well for the prizes, and that actually allows you to use your tickets to trade for good cards. So make sure you go for themed tournaments if you want to get powerful cards. I don't think you can trade for 𝘿𝐿𝐴 that easily because it needs like probably at least 10 Astral Radiance. But if you are lucky with those theme tournaments, you can actually collect those packs quite easily. So theme is actually quite fair. If you play the theme tournament, you can actually get a lot of packs if you are strategic enough, if you're smart enough to play it at the right time, to use your tickets at just the right time. But you never know though, because your opponent can actually play. For me, whenever I play theme decks, now that I've played a lot, I think the RNG is kind of against me now. They know that I'm actually making use of those tournament tickets to get my packs, and they actually make me lose a lot just because I get really bad hands. I get really, I don't know, I get really bad luck. And my opponent are, a lot of people play the theme tournaments, and they actually are so experienced that they actually know you can't make a single mistake. Well, it's the same for any tournament, but they are so experienced that they know how to play the format, because every format is different. The theme format is it's just an entire different story. Just because you don't have boss order there, you can actually you have to count your prize. That is the main thing to worry about, is to count your prize. Every single one counts, because you're drawing one by one. There's no V cards for the theme format, and everyone is fighting like crazy for those precious packs. And if you get those precious packs, you can trade for so powerful cards. Like, it's crazy. So the cards that I want is obviously the V cards for, and also the stage 2 cards are quite interesting as well. Stage 1, stage 2, they have very cool abilities. I'm looking to build an Astral Radiance deck pretty soon, so tune in for that. Right after this one is going to be Astral Radiance. This one is actually featuring our Sylveon VMAX, Max Harmony, quite an old card, but we actually get to do up to 280 or even 310 damage with this combo. Just because Kecleon has up to 8 types, and it actually doesn't act as a colorless type anymore. As long as if it has any basic energy attached to it, it's no longer a colorless Pokemon. So the colorless type is an additional type for your Max Harmony. It actually gets to do 30 plus damage if you have another colorless Pokemon on your bench. So make sure you count your types carefully, because if you have already like a fire energy attached to your Kecleon, don't bench your Volcarona unless if you want to use it to attack. If you have already like too many water types on your bench, don't use it unless if you need your Manaphy. So it's basically being quite strategic in a way, because we do have a lot of other, we do have unnecessary type of energies to attach to our Kecleon, which actually serves nothing. just because we already have those types benched. And if we have all 8 types, plus that one colorless, we actually get to do 340 damage. 9 multiplied by 3, 270 plus 70, that's a maximum of 340 damage if we have all 8 different types, plus that colorless in play. We don't have a dragon type Pokemon, so it may be wise to add like an Altaria or something, but Altaria is a stage 1, that's why I don't have that support in this deck. There's no other dragon type support, so unfortunately we can't actually fit in a dragon type. But if you want to play Choice Belt as well, you can actually do extra damage to kill a VMAX or a V-Star with 1 hit. So Choice Belt is definitely an interesting card to play, but I actually prefer Raihan. I was actually debating between Experience Share Raihan or Choice Belt, and I actually had a few games where I played to replace that Raihan, I played an Experience Share. So you will see throughout this video that it's actually quite different. Some of the games actually has a Experience Share, some of the game has a Choice Belt, some has a Raihan. But the final list, the best version is obviously the one with the Raihan. I actually prefer that way just because it helps you secure your next attacker. You don't need to do a one-hit knockout early on. You just need to kill it fast. You just need to hit fast with your Sylveon, and then try to charge up your next one, get it ready to go. If you can do 280 to kill a V-Star, that's great enough. That's good enough. And you actually get to, it's better to attack with a second one than to try to hit as high damage as you can with the first one, because once it gets knocked out, you can't do anything else, right? You need to somehow find that Rapid Strike energy, and we can't actually find it that easily. We got no Energy Lotto for this list. It's actually out for Astral Radiance, but we don't have... oh, my bad. It's actually out for Dark Phantasma. We don't have Energy Lotto for Astral Radiance, I don't think. And I'm not sure, really. I think it's actually out already. And we don't have Pierres for this deck. We have no Octillery as well. So it's quite difficult to bring out your... without searching your deck. That's why Raihan is so useful. If you get Raihan, you can actually evolve your second Sylveon or even search for that Rapid Strike energy. Experience Share doesn't have you search, so that's why I prefer Raihan. And Raihan actually allows you to search for that. You actually get to retrieve your Raihan, well, collect your Raihan with your Lumineon. So Lumineon actually helps you get that card, and then Raihan helps you get another piece that you need for your next attacker. You may need an extra piece though, just because Sylveon needs to evolve and, you know, attach the double energy. I mean, you need a lot of things for your next attacker, and we don't actually have a bench Sylveon right now. So sometimes you may not have enough bench spots, and you're forced to attack with the Volcarona and your Kecleon, or maybe even the Sylveon. But we don't actually have a V-Star for this deck. We have a Boss Order instead. I tried the Leafeon V-Star. Our opponent, I don't know why, but our opponent keeps targeting the Leafeon. I tried it and it doesn't work just because Leafeon often dies before you get to evolve it. And we only have 2 Ultra Ball and 2 Pokekids. Not too bad though, but if you can Lumineon for Pokekid, you can actually evolve your Lumineon. You can evolve your Sylveon. I keep mixing. You can evolve your Leafeon to do IV Star for the Boss Order effect. And that actually is kind of the same thing as searching for your Boss Order with your Lumineon. IV Star doesn't work if they play a Path though, so Path Repeat completely cancels all of your V-card abilities. We don't have Stadium cards for this deck, unfortunately, so that means Lumineon cannot be used. We can't play 𝘿𝐿𝐷𝓫𝓸𝓫𝓸𝓸, we can't play Greening Cells, Dream Gift, we can't use any of our abilities except for Kecleon. So Kecleon still gets to use Chroma Shift, but anything else is completely cut off. To play Gorbis, we can't use Kecleon as well, so it's quite... this deck is very different from the normal meta, and if they play any path to the peak in their deck, even one copy, we're completely screwed. If they pull it out fast, we are dead. Because we only have 2 Sonia, 2 Pokekid, and 3 Bea in this deck. We have no other supporter cards. My bad, 1 Raihan, 1 Birdkeeper, and 1 Ball Sorter. So no other cards to help you draw into your hand. Only 1 Crobat, and all of the searches, the basic search, the Pokemon search, the energy discard, energy attachment, my bad. So this is actually a very tricky deck to be playing. How do you attach as many energy as you can early on the game? We need to be attaching fast. That's why we have our Leafeon. We need to attach a basic energy, a particular type onto our Kecleon. That's where we have our Dream Gift. We actually get to use that ability to search for our energy search, and then attach the fighting energy on the next turn, play a Bea and possibly get a energy switch for Sylveon to attack on the next turn. But Sylveon actually needs a lot though. You need 3 energies to attack, you need your Ultra Ball, you need your Pokekid to evolve, you also need a lot of energies on your Kecleon to be able to, thank you have a good deck as well, to be able to hit high damage, or even at least 250. So the minimum damage we get to do is at least 250. I think the max is only 280 though. I don't think in any game, recorded or off the recording, I don't think I get to do more than that. So I didn't manage to do more than 280 damage with our Max Harmony, unfortunately, just because we already have so many different types on our bench. And if we do Bea, if that supporter card gets us the same type of energies attached to the Kecleon, as you'll see right now, we actually have a water energy attached to our Kecleon, and Lumineon is already on the bench, so it actually does only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a total of 150 extra damage for Max Harmony, and that's only 220, so that's not even enough to kill a V card, right? A Zacian V is 230 HP, so not quite enough to kill those high HP V cards. But it's definitely an interesting strategy, just because we are actually playing a very different kind of setup. We're doing a different form of damage boost. Instead of benching as many different types as we can, we're benching one Kecleon and getting as many energies into play, attaching as many basic as we can for Chroma Shift to substitute to do the damage boost effect. So that's the main play, the main combo for this deck, which is not actually working too well just because we don't have enough cards to support that strategy. But I really hope that we have some, if triple acceleration energy is still in this game, we can actually attack much faster and we can do our Bea as well. We don't actually have enough energy switching abilities as well. Florges is quite difficult to play, so that's why we don't have it in this deck. If we can switch the energies to our Sylveon, we don't actually need to attach that many. We can actually Bea for the first time and then transfer to do low damage for our first hit, and then transfer, and then we don't need to transfer for our second Bea. We just need to play it from our hand, and we actually get to attack for our second hit as high as at least 280 damage, up to 310 even. So if we are able to do that, we don't need Leafeon, we don't need anything, we just need to transfer to the Sylveon, right? But there isn't many cards to do that, so Triple XL is probably the best. I don't think in Expanded there's any transfer as well. There's only like Golduck, I think that's a break as well. Golduck break is essentially a stage 2 card, you have to evolve it twice. I don't think there's anything else that allows you to transfer other than Bronzong. Florges. If there is a basic though, that would be great. There is an unknown from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think, that allows you to put a Pokemon and any Pokemon in play and all energy attached to it back into your hand. But I don't think that does much. So now we're up against a anti-meta deck. We actually won against the Urshifu just now, just because they are playing our weakness. My bad. We are playing their weakness, so we are actually getting the high advantage there. But I think we killed something else. I think we killed a Sylveon, a Remoraid, and a Moltres. So I don't think we killed the Urshifu, but I think they were trying to kill us with the Sylveon but failed. Our Leafeon actually survived the first hit. We got our Menifee as well against Urshifu, so this deck is totally resistant, totally repellent against Urshifu. It's the perfect Urshifu repellent. Any Urshifu really. Single strike, rapid strike, any fighting type is dead. They don't have any way of protecting it from weakness. There's going to be Mesprit for the set. Astral Radiance, there's going to be those Lake Guardians that allow you to protect your Pokemon. All of your Pokemon that has any energy attached. I think all of your Pokemon. I don't think you need energy attached to them. So all of your Pokemon has no weakness as long as you have all of those 3 cards in play. You need to bench Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. So all 3 spirits needs to be on your bench for the ability to work. And I don't think you have enough bench spots for that. If they play Avery, you don't have your next attacker. So I don't think those three is that smart. I don't think it actually works that well. I don't know, it may actually help, you never know. If you're playing like a basic Pokemon that doesn't need a lot of energies, like, you know, like a basic V card, Starmie, you only need 2 energy for Starmie. You can actually play that with your Starmie to guard it from the lightning weakness. If you play like a Cape of Toughness, Surchester Bath, it's gonna get rotated out though, Surchester, so I'm not sure which expansion that is. I'm pretty sure it's one of the earlier ones. Vivid Voltage, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Starmie just needs a Melanie, right? You just need to play Melanie, bench it from your hand, play a Melanie, and then you're good to go. You just need to Air Balloon retreat your Mesprit, and you're good to go. So you don't need like any more. If they play Collapse Stadium, you have 1 more spot, you're good. If they play Avery, you got, you know, all the 3 Lake Spirits in play, that's fine. If they boss or knock out your Mesprit, you got your Rescue Carrier. So it's quite self-explanatory. But you don't have any more supports though. You don't have space for your Big Barrel or Chinchino to draw cards. You can play Crobat. Starmie is actually really good against Arceus, obviously. It kills Arceus VSTAR. Any Arceus decks is dead. If they have, like, even with special energies, because it actually does 50x for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. If they play special energy like Double Turbo, Rapid Strike energy, you still get to do so much damage to their Pokemon. 300, right? 330 if you have a Choice Bell. 330, that's enough to kill anything. Except for Eternatus. So Arceus is totally obsolete. Thanks to that Starmie card, but if you don't play water types though, you can't fit in that 1 copy into the deck. You need like Melanie, Water Energy for that card to work. Or at least Aurora Energy and 1 Water. So this is a very interesting game. They're playing Hoopa to substitute for the Psychic type. So they got the anti-meta box playing Darkness against Mew with their Moltres, fighting against Arceus with their Zapdos. And they got Hoopa for the Psychic type, killing Urshifu, killing all the fighting type Pokemons. Killing, what else? I don't think there's anything else that is weak towards Psychic other than your fighting Pokemon. Lucario VSTAR, Machamp, there's gonna be the new Machamp VMAX. Dragon Pokemon should be weak towards Psychic, right? Because Psychic is the new Fairy. That would be pretty cool. That would be quite fun to watch. If they keep the Fairy, instead of bringing back the old Fairy symbol, the old Fairy energy, and the type, they should be adding weakness to Dragon type Pokemons and make them weak to a Psychic Pokemons. Because Psychic is mysterious, right? It serves as the mysterious symbol, is a Fairy symbol, so they should be weak to something. Like, come on. At least do that, because we have no Fairy types now. Less energy, less basic types. That means Smeargle doesn't get to do as much. Alcremie doesn't get to do as much damage. Max Harmony doesn't get to do as much damage as it used to, because if we have Fairy type, it gets to do up to 400 damage with that attack. If I'm not mistaken, got Dragon type up to 370, and Fairy type up to 400. Plus your Choice Belt 430. So Choice Belt is all you need to add to do a max of 400 damage without the Fairy type. And if you got the Fairy, you get to do. Obviously, you need to bench everything though. We don't have Skyfield for that, so we can't actually play that many types for this deck, for the standard format. But if you play Expanded, you can do so many things. You can play the double type. There's a lot of double types for Expanded format. So I've seen Little Dark Fury did that before, so that's why I didn't do that. And I don't actually play Expanded that much, just because it's less challenging. You don't actually need to. There's not much confinement, not much rules there, and you get more freedom definitely. But not a lot of people watch Expanded decks. I built a lot of Expanded decks in the past, and it wasn't that successful. In terms of the YouTube views, in terms of the YouTube metrics, how many views I got, it wasn't that successful. The videos were quite Um, the combos, the strategy is there, but not a lot of views. I'm not sure why. Because it's not that competitive, I suppose. Standard format is so much more competitive, and that's why people are like crazy about this game. Crazy about winning in the standard format, because if you win, it's a big deal, especially if you play a rogue deck like this one. If you win in the standard format with a crazy off-meta deck, it would be a huge fucking deal, because it's virtually impossible. It's virtually impossible to play nothing but Moltres, Bibarel, Inteleon, Arceus. You need to play power cards like that to get you through. Leafeon is a power card as well. Leafeon, Volcarona, those are power cards. You cannot play this game without power cards. It's impossible. You need at least one or two. Crobat is the mildest though. But the mildest power cards are like Crobat and Leafeon. Volcarona is not that powerful because if you don't discard enough, it doesn't do much, and it only does that one strike right after that one hit. After that one Surging Flames, you gotta discard all over again. And how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna discard enough energy cards to do enough damage for a one-hit knockout on your next turn? That's virtually impossible. So Volcarona is only good for one hit. And we actually killed the Hoopa. They're poisoning us though. I'm not sure how they poisoned us. It's a bit weird. How did they poison us? I wasn't paying attention, sorry guys. Here comes the Moltres. Okay. I think we have to evolve our Sylveon somehow. And they killed it. Are we able to get our Pokekid and kill the Moltres this turn? If we can, then that's the end of the game, right? All we need to do is evolve. They have a cape though. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 180 plus 70, 250 is enough, right? More than enough probably. 200, yeah, 190. They have 190 HP plus 50, so 240. So we just need our evolution. We should have done a Pokekid. I don't think we have a Pokekid for this list. So this list doesn't have a Pokekid. We only have like Ultra Ball, 2 copies. So that's why we didn't do the Lumineon. So this is a different list. The final one has a Pokekid. This is this wasn't bad luck. This was just a bad list. But the one in the description, the one that I reviewed earlier, it actually has 2 Pokekids, so it's quite easy to get them. So there's no. We have it. We have a Pokekid in the discard pile. Not sure why we didn't do that. That was weird. We did our greeting cells instead. Or maybe we just had 1 copy. I think we only have 1 copy. Sorry guys, I'm not really too sure. I think we only have 1 Pokekid and 2 Ultra Ball for this list. That's why we were so confident to bench something else. Otherwise we would definitely have done it. We would definitely have done Limited Sign for the Pokekid. Or if we have a Quick Ball, we could do Eldegoss to get a Pokekid back. So they did Boss Order. They couldn't kill the Sylveon. Fortunately, if they have a Choice Belt, they could actually do it. Right? Choice Belt with the Zapdos. But I don't think they have a Fighting Energy. So they are playing 2 different types of energy, fortunately. And they already attached the tool card to the Zapdos. So they're not doing Choice Belt. And they actually couldn't kill it. Look at that. They tried to kill Crobat for the extra prize, but they couldn't do it. It wasn't enough. So now we actually need to do 2 strikes to kill them though. And I think it's better to do Dream Gift for Ultra Ball. Because if we do Ultra Ball, if they do a Marnie, we're probably going to get it anyways. We're probably going to get our VMAX. We may not have the VMAX inside the deck though, because we only have 2 copies in this list. So 2 VMAX means you may not be able to evolve your second one, which is quite bad. Because if you don't evolve, you can't use Max Harmony the second time. Or the third time if you can't survive for your first one. And that means we actually need to hit twice with our Kecleon. For another V knockout, but they actually gave up already, so oh well. It'll be quite interesting to see how we get past that though, because I don't think we have that clear a win yet, just because we need 2 strikes if we don't get the VMAX. Okay, here comes Kyogre Groudon. They're actually playing both So Groudon is gonna do a one-hit knockout against VMAX, which is horrible. Kyogre actually does nothing just because we have our Menifee. So let's pull out Menifee early, and let's do. Should we just do? I think we should do Menifee later though. But they can actually do it quite easily. They can attack on the next turn, so we should be pulling it out right now. And let's just Sonia for our Sylveon and the Leafeon. So we actually got 3 identical types in play already, which is horrible. Lumineon, 2 copies, and Menifee on our bench. If they play a boss, I don't think they have a boss for Kyogre deck, so if we retreat, I'm not too sure if they can kill the Lumineon that easily. So they may just choose to keep it, force us to retreat by passing the turn, not attacking until they have enough energies on their bench. And I guarantee you they're gonna get their Sonia on their next turn. They're gonna get Sonia, Quick Ball. They're gonna bench as many as they can. They're gonna bench so many Pokemons on the bench. It's crazy. This deck is just impossible to play against. I mean, it's so broken. They got Groudon and Kyogre, and I don't know. They got no Volcarona though. Quite interestingly, playing 3 types is stupid, right? You got 3 different energies. I don't think you can attach like the fire that easily. You're discarding from your deck as well, so I don't think Volcarona works that well. But if you have like only 2 copies of the fire and 1 copy of the Volcarona, I don't think it's that bad. So there we go. They got Gloria, which is much worse than Sonia. And we almost conceded. Look at that. We almost decided to concede. Because they got a Gloria for 3 fucking bench. They actually got another Cryogonal, which is interesting. I think you actually need to bench another one. Because you have no other way of searching for your deck. If you don't get a Quick Ball, you can actually top deck quite easily though, so I don't think it's that urgent for you to bench another one. But they don't need another attacker, right? They don't need another attacker for quite a while, just because they got 3. But we got our boss early, so we're gonna do it right now. And they actually can't attack on their next turn. We can't do anything as well, so we actually did the boss just to screw with their mind, just to screw with them and delay the game so that we get our energy cards out and make sure we get to attack for our first knockout, kill the Groudon before it attacks. That's our main concern right now. If they do like an escape rope, we'll be dead. So fingers crossed they don't do that. Escape rope is all they need. I mean, are they gonna have it in their hand? I just hate playing against Cryogonal. It's like the worst card. I don't know. Groudon is horrible. If you don't play enough boss in your deck, there's nothing to counter that. There's nothing you can do to counter that. So we actually got our first knockout early, only doing 160, but we don't actually need that much damage. So we're aiming to do fast knockouts here, not high damage, not as high as we can, but as fast as we can. Collect all the 6 prize cards before they do. And here comes Leon. For some reason, they have that card in this deck, which is really weird, because Surf could actually do a 2-hit knockout now with that Leon against a V-Star. If they play 2 of it though, I don't think if they play 1 is enough. If they play 1, they need to be up against like low HP V-Stars. Like if they play against Shaman or anything else, they just need 1 Leon. So I'm quite surprised that they couldn't do a 1-hit knockout. They just need 4, but they couldn't discard enough because they play a lot of other trainer cards apparently. They got Leon, Gloria, probably a research in there as well. Let's hope they discarded their Pokemon cards or the necessary supporter cards. That means they actually can't play those anymore. I don't think they have a rod for this deck. Probably not. So it's very risky actually. It's a high risk deck. If you attach energy with your Cryogonal, obviously you have to shuffle your deck, which is actually helping you put those energy at the top before you do your first attack. But you could quite easily get Marnie, and you could quite easily have, since it's a shuffle, you never know what you're gonna get from the top deck. You could quite easily discard all your other Pokemons instead of the energy, doing low damage. Not only are you not doing enough damage to do a knockout, but also you're cutting off your next attacker. You have no other attacker to attack with. You have no more Pokemons. What are you gonna do after that? It's not always sure that you're gonna do that much damage with this deck, and it's not always guaranteed that you're gonna get, you know, a one-hit knockout with the Groudon. So they killed the Sylveon, which is horrible because they got 3 prize, we got 4 prize remaining. This is horrible. How are we gonna kill this Kyogre? I think we got 1 turn though. We got 1 turn breather. So let's just bench our Sylveon. Should we play Volcarona? We got our energy search. I don't think we have enough energy, so we actually benched it, which is, I don't think that's smart. We don't have enough to do a one-hit knockout. We should be benching it later, because if they somehow play a boss, we're done. Okay, we did greening cells. We retreated to Kecleon. Okay, I don't think we can do greening cells anymore. I don't think we have any more grass energy. There we go. We got no more grass. Definitely shouldn't have retreat. I'm not sure why we did that. But I think we were trying to cut down the amount of prize that they're collecting. Or maybe if they kill Kecleon, we actually get to retreat. We actually get to switch to the next Pokemon without discarding energy. But we are discarding more energy. I think that's the idea, right? The idea is to discard as many energy as we can. So now we have 2 extra energy, 2 extra basic on in the discard pile, allowing us to do a one-hit knockout. We get to do exactly enough to kill the Kyogre, 140 damage. We should be benching the Sylveon. 140, just nice. They took the bait. Because if they don't, we are just gonna slowly attach with Kecleon until we get our lightning energy for the spinning attack. I mean, they have to kill us, right? But now they have nothing on the bench. Let's hope they don't get the Gloria again. The bloody Gloria, or an Eldegoss, even a quick ball for Eldegoss. They can retrieve the Gloria. Oh my goodness. They got another Groudon. This is a disaster. We definitely should have benched that Sylveon. We could have evolved it on the next turn. Possibly avoid a knockout and then retreat to do another knockout with Volcarona maybe. I don't know. It's not that easy now. So they just played Leon for 100 damage, 120 damage, because they do 30 base. So we're weak towards water type. If they play another Leon, we're dead. If they don't, they need 2 more hits. So we're just gonna do Dream Gift, I suppose. We're gonna retreat to... we actually need an energy on Volcarona if you want to retreat. So I suppose we're gonna retreat to the Manaphy. I don't know what we're gonna retreat to though. They have 2 prize remaining, so this is super bad. We actually retreated to Manaphy and did Dream Gift for Ultra Ball, I think. Do we have a Sylveon VMAX? Do we have the VMAX in our deck? We did actually check. We didn't check. Look at that. We could actually have it prized. This is very scary. So we need 2 turns for Sylveon to be able to attack. And they may just need 1 hit with the Groudon. So let's just pass a few turns for them to draw out their energy cards. Because if they have too many energies in their hand and not enough inside the deck, then they can't actually do a one-hit knockout that easily. So let's be smart about this and just hope for the best. Hope for the best. Try to deck them out. Buy as much turns as we can. They actually did Element Chain first. So Element Chain and attach way too many energies to Groudon. I mean, they shouldn't be attaching more than that. Why are they attaching that many, right? I think they're trying to get prepared just in case. So they have too many energies in play and too many energies discarded. They don't got a Volcarona, and I don't think they get to do a one-hit knockout against a VMAX. We just need to evolve and then retreat attack, and we're good to go. Let's evolve right now. Or should we play a Dream Gift? Let's do Dream Gift once. Attach the Psychic Energy, retreat on the next turn, and kill them before Manaphy gets killed. I don't think we should be letting Manaphy die. It doesn't matter because they have 2 prize remaining. If Manaphy dies, it really doesn't matter. So they may draw another attacker though. If we leave it too late, they may just draw another attacker, and we actually need to kill 3 Pokemons. If they draw another attacker, I don't think it's enough. I think it's too late for them to charge up the final one. They can attack with a Groudon and then attach an energy from their hand to the bench, and then possibly play a Raihan for the final attacker. I don't know. It has to be a Groudon though. If they have a Kyogre, it needs 4 energies to attack. So we actually decided to retreat this turn. We waited a long time to decide on this because you never know what they're gonna have on the top 5 cards of the deck. If we wait too long, they may draw something important. They may even get a Leon. If they play a Leon on their turn, doing Magma, what's it called again? Magma Volcano with that supporter card, they actually get to do 30 extra damage with a Choice Belt as well. I don't know if they have those cards left, so it may fare better. We may fare better playing our Max Harmony already. Let's just do it, guys. Let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed, and Max Harmony for the 4th prize, and we got 2 prize remaining. 2 prize to go. I don't think they can charge up the next one that easily. So it's down to, are they able to kill Sylveon with 1 hit within this turn? If they don't, they just need to do Icy Snow. Icy Snow possibly with the Leon, another copy. If they have more than 2 in this deck. I don't think they're playing that many. So let's see how much they're doing. Only 240, look at that. So if they did another discard, they just need to do Icy Snow to collect the knockout. So that was actually quite close. Because 80 more, well, if they discard another, they actually won the game, right? Right, they actually won the game if they discard another one. Because it's 80x damage. So if they discarded 4, you get to do 320 damage, killing the Sylveon with 1 hit. So they just need 1 more discard. Isn't that sad? They just need 1 more discard. We got really lucky. We avoided the knockout. Not sure how they did 270 earlier. Oh, they played a Leon, that's why. They have a lot of supporter cards, a lot of different supporter cards and item, I suppose. That's why they didn't get to do that much. So 60 damage is not enough to kill us. They need 70. That was really close. That was actually quite close. I don't know if waiting 1 turn was the thing that did the trick. I don't know what works, but I don't care. I'm going to collect the final knockout. We're going to win the game against Kyogre Groudon. And we defeated a 1 prize deck. Look at that. We defeated a OHKO 1 prize deck with our own OHKO strategy. We are not doing OHKO that easily because Volcarona actually needs to discard a lot just now. We need to wait for the discard to be able to do Surging Flames for a 1-hit knockout. But Sylveon can kill it quite easily just because we don't need that many energies. We don't need that much damage to kill them with 1 hit. So I think this one actually has a Voltorb. We are playing Hisuian Voltorb for this list. Substituting for, what's it called? Leafeon. We don't have 2 Leafeons. We have instead 2 copies of our Voltorb from Astral Radiance. Voltorb has a 0 energy attack, which allows you to attach 1 basic energy from the deck to 2 of your bench Pokemon, any 2 of your bench Pokemon. If you go second, only on your first turn. So you only get to use this attack on your first turn, and only if you go second. So this is a very conditional attack. That's why I recommend not to play this card. I just recommend not to. If you don't get it on your first turn, if you don't go second, you can't use it at all. Whereas with your Leafeon Breeding Cells, you get to do it anytime, at any moment, any point in the game, you still get to use that ability. You still get to play it. If you can't attack, might as well use Graining Cells. Whereas with this attack, you cannot use it after your first turn. You cannot use it if you don't go second. So that's the bad thing about this Voltorb card. But if you get it on your second turn though, if you go second, if you get it on your first turn, if you have it as your first active, you can actually attach 1 energy on your bench and then search for another 2. You got 3 energies passing the turn on your bench Pokemon. So that's the power of this card. If you have it early, if you got it in your hand on your first turn as your first active, that would be perfect. That would be just the perfect card to be playing. If you're doing Mustard, if you can actually play nothing but Voltorb in your deck, 4 copies of Voltorb and no other basic, and then do Mustard. If you go second, you actually get to play that card as well. So if you go first though, if you go first, you can't use the attack, you can't do anything, right? You can't play Mustard. You're passing the turn, having nothing but Voltorb in your active, which is a bit ridiculous. It looks like an apple, right? I think that's the point. It is kind of like an apple, that's why it's a grass type. An apple ball thingy. It's wooden, right? It's supposed to be wooden, a wood type. So wood is grass, and grass is the new Voltorb. A wooden ball. Painted like an apple. Painted to look like an apple. Or a Hisuian Pokeball. Okay, they did Max Balloon, protecting himself from basic Pokemon. We can't attack with Kecleon. Kecleon is not going to do a... It's not going to be able to do any damage to the Flying Pikachu. So we can't collect the knockout with Kecleon. We actually have to boss it on the bench after an escape rope. And we got no escape rope on for this deck. So we can't attack with Kecleon. Kecleon is not doing anything but the energy substitution. So how much do we get to do? I think we only get to do 4. Oh my goodness, this is very bad. We only get to do 120 extra damage. So that's like 190, which is not good. Because Kecleon is only 1 type now. It only has an additional fighting type. We already have a Psychic, Water, and Darkness on the bench. So that 𝘿𝐿𝐼 actually didn't help us. That 𝘿𝐿𝐼 was useless. They're playing Fresh Water, which is quite interesting. Only 20 HP. I thought it's 30. Heal 20 HP from all of your Pokemon. So should we do a boss order? Let's just play a boss to kill the Pikachu right now. And then, because it hasn't evolved yet, I think it's smarter to play that way. If we get our VMAX on the next turn, we can kill the active quite easily. Because if they evolve, I don't think it's that easy to kill the next one. So now we just need to kill a Flaaffy or like another V card. Okay, they actually marnied us, which could be a good thing because we don't have a VMAX, we don't have Pokekid, Quick Ball for Lumineon, Ultra Ball, yada yada yada. We need our second VMAX like crazy. We got Lumineon. So as I said, we are heavily relying on those V abilities. Our V card ability are precious, and if we waste them, we're going to be screwed. If they play Pass to the Peak, we are completely dead. So that's why I say this deck is not really that good, just because that one Stadium card is going to completely screw this deck over. But it's just a fun deck you get to play with, a very special combo that nobody has ever discovered before. Nobody has ever done a Kecleon with 𝘿𝐿𝐼, a colorless Pokemon with 𝘿𝐿𝐼, like what? Right? But we have a fighting energy to substitute for that fighting type, and we actually get to play that supporter card for Kecleon, which is unheard of. Totally unheard of. And we're trying to fit in as many different types of energy as we can, trying to be as strategic as possible. I think it's better to just play 1 copy of the water energy. Just because we have so many water type Pokemons, we need to bench a Lumineon obviously, and or even a Manaphy. So I don't think we need water energy in this deck at all. It may be useful though if we don't have it on the bench early on, if we have some other cards to bench, if we have already our Ultra Ball, Dream Gift for those cards. If we can't somehow search for Lumineon, I don't think it's that difficult. We got our Quick Ball, we got our Sonia, Pokekid, Ultra Ball for Lumineon. I don't think it's that difficult. We should definitely be reducing our water energy count for this deck. One copy is enough if we want to add even any. I don't think we need any water energy, to be honest. Psychic energy, maybe 2 copies, just because we may not be needing a second Sylveon. We may be able to attack, collect another knockout with Kecleon. If we have a choice belt, Kecleon can actually do a knockout, so I actually recommend to have that tool card in this deck. Choice belt helps Kecleon to do another knockout. If you play against a 1 price though, Kecleon can't actually do much. It only does 1 knockout and that's it. You collects 1 prize and that's it. So against V cards, it gets to do a 1 knock. It helps you collect 2 prize at least before it dies. And then Volcarona helps you do the final hit for the final prize. Sylveon should be helping you collect at least 3 prize cards, right? 1 Sylveon. If you can't draw 3 prize cards with Sylveon, I don't think this deck is that effective. Or at least 2 prizes. At the very least 2 prizes. Because that is our main attacker, it should be allowing you a VMAX knockout. If you hit second though, if you hit first, you can kill the VMAX quite easily. If you hit second, I don't think we can do a 1-hit knockout against a VMAX. I'm sorry to say, we have no choice belt, we have no dragon type Pokemon in this deck. If you add those cards, then maybe. But the reason I don't have that is just to make this deck more consistent. So that we actually get to get our energy cards out fast. We can attack faster, we can attack with Sylveon with our greening cells. We can charge up the next attacker, we can prepare our second Sylveon with our Raihan. We can do boss order to collect the knockout on the bench. So I think it's actually better to have those consistency cards than to make this a full 1-hit KO, which actually doesn't, it's not that good against most decks as well. Because most decks play a lot of VMAXs. Like, you can't actually aim to do one VMAX OHKO and that's it, right? It's only good for 1 knockout. Sylveon can only do 1 knockout. If you can do a OHKO, you can't actually do it that fast. And if you wait too long, they're gonna kill your Sylveon. After that 1 hit, they're gonna kill it. You may not even survive enough turns to do the first hit if you don't have your greening cells. So that's why consistency and foundation is so important. You cannot afford to waste those cards. You cannot afford to replace anything that is essential just to make it stronger, just to make it do more damage. I don't think it works that way. If you're limited, you're limited. You can't do anything about it. So I would rather limit the amount of damage that we're doing, so that we get to make it more fluid, so that it gets to flow properly like an actual standard deck, rather than make it like super powerful, but only on the occasion that you got those, you're lucky enough to get those cards in your hand, you're lucky enough to top deck or draw enough cards into your hand to do something, or have your opponent not play a Marnie or something to destroy your hand. If you're lucky enough, then you can actually do a lot. I don't like those decks because those decks are actually gambling a lot. It relies a lot on risk, and the average rate of success for that deck is very low. You're gonna get a really high energy win, but when you lose, which is most of the time, it's gonna be depressing because it's a shit deck. It's a shit deck. Popsicle Knight does that. Popsicle Knight loves to play shit decks that are only powerful on certain occasions. That's how shit his decks are. And he loves playing Inteleon. If you play Shady Dealings, your RNG is rigged. Like, if you play Shady Dealings, you're gonna have a much higher chance of winning than any deck. Like, don't even compare. If you have no Shady Dealings, don't compare yourself to those people who play those cards. Don't even do that. Don't do that, because there is no comparison. It's not a competition. There's no competition because that card is totally broken. It's just designed to be that way. Don't compare yourself to that card. Don't do that to yourself. Can they kill our Leafeon? They just need to bench enough. If they can put 3 Pokemons on a bench, then Leafeon is dead. They actually gave us a training card, which is quite interesting. So unfortunately, we have Sonia and no Quick Ball for our Bay. We have to waste one turn to get our Lumineon into our hand before we're able to play our bloody Bea. Let's just... We don't have an energy switch though. But I think energy switch is gonna help us because we actually need to discard an energy for the retreat. So let's get Lumineon and Volcarona. Should we bench Lumineon right now? Or should we just do the Volcarona? We actually made a mistake. We should have waited one turn before we bench something though. Because now we actually have to wait for a knockout before we're able to search for the Bea. We can't do Luminous Sign anymore until they kill something. So this is actually quite silly. Oh, but we actually need one more type. We just need one more type to kill this, to kill the Suicune. So Suicune doesn't have a cape. That means we can knock it out that turn, and we might as well do. If you can kill a V card fast, make sure you do it, because in the standard format, it's all about speed. If you can collect a prize faster, you win the game. Not all the time though, because if you have no other attackers after that, then you lose, right? So it's about setup, it's about speed, it's about power, it's about a lot of things. A lot of different things add together, obviously. And they got Ludicolo. Oh my goodness, they're gonna do a one-hit knockout. Holy Christ. They killed Sylveon. They killed our VMAX. That's crazy. Moltres did 290 plus 30 more with the choice belt. That's insane. Moltres Suicune, look at that. They killed the Sylveon. That's insane. We got experience share though. There we go. We don't have a Raihan for this list. We have no choice belt. Instead, we have the experience share. So that means we need another Rapid Strike energy or a energy switch for us to be able to attack with the second one. But we don't even have the evolution as well. They got no energies. If they Melanie, they're gonna kill us on the next turn. So let's hope they don't play that card. They got no Drizzle on the bench though, no Sobble. That means I don't think they can play a Melanie that easily. Let's hope they don't have it in their hand on the next turn. We got Fire and Water, which is not going to help us a lot. It's horrible because we got 2 Water Energy and we're going to play our bloody Lumineon. Let's just bench the Kecleon. I don't think we're going to get another Bay. Let's just bench the Kecleon and... oh my goodness. Okay, we decided to attack with the Kecleon. Okay, we decided to attack with the Kecleon and possibly collect the knockout with the Volcarona, I think. I think that's what we were trying to do. Because if they kill us, we got Volcarona to finish them off. I think that's smarter than getting out the second Sylveon, right? So that's why experience share doesn't work. It only gets you that 1 energy. You need actually to evolve and another double energy for max harmony to work. That's why it doesn't work that well. If they attack with Moltres, we're gonna be completely screwed. We just need 190 damage though. So essentially 9 energy discarded. We have, I think we discarded 3. So we just need to training court for the fire if they don't replace the stadium. We got our Sonia for the basic energy as well. So we just need to somehow... oh, we actually played our... Oh, we can retreat. That's fine. We can do the retreat. Oh, we don't need it. My bad. Because they didn't attack with Moltres. Sorry guys. We don't need it. So let's just training court for it. We don't need to play a Sonia. Let's just do it. We actually got 1 more fire energy inside the deck. I think we got 2 more for this list. So, oh, we got 3 fire for the final list as well. We got 3 fire energy, 3 lightning, and 3 metal. Just because we have only 1 copy of the Volcarona, so that's why we have 3 fire. And we actually have 4 copies of the fighting for our Kecleon Bea combo. We got only 2 Psychic Grass, Darkness, and Water. So definitely gonna have at least one more fire inside the deck with the Sonia, and that helps us do our final knockout. So always take your time to think before you do your next hit. I actually wanted to do my Sylveon, post-recorded. My post my narration, my narrator. The narrator is trying to do a different thing than the player, because I actually recorded this video, you know, after playing it, and the audio is post-recorded, as you can see. It's the same person playing. Don't worry, I'm not like, I'm not giving the voiceover of some other player. I'm playing this game, but just a different timeline. Okay, let's get our both evolutions out, breeding cells, and prepare for the attack. Attack, attack, attack. Only 2 grass is a bit risky because you can't do green cells that many times, so it may be recommended to play more of your grass energy cards. If you don't have your basic summon though, we have a lot. We actually have 2 Quick Ball, 2 Sonia, 1 Capture, 4 VIP Pass, so that's a total of like 9 basic summons, and 2 Ultra Ball, and 2 Poke Kit, which also allows you to summon your basic Pokemon. So Ultra Ball, Poke Kit, up to 13 cards, 13 trainer cards that allows you, and a special energy that allows you to search for your basic. So I don't think it's that difficult to pull out the Leafeon. If you need to get another basic though, you actually need to bench at least 2 for greeting cells to work. So you may be unlucky enough to get like nothing but 1 Quick Ball in your hand and an active Lumineon, which would be horrible. But I don't think it's that difficult. We got 4 VIP. It does happen though. Like, shitty luck does happen. You can get nothing but a Crobat in your active and nothing but energies in your hand. Like, it does happen. We only have 24, if I'm not mistaken, 24 energies in this deck. So I don't think it's that likely for us to draw nothing but energies, because Kyogre plays 40 energy in their deck, and if they can get a Sonia on their first turn, we definitely can, right? We definitely can get at least a Quick Ball. Like, come on. Kyogre with a Sonia. Fucking insane. The RNG is rigged. It's fucking... Someone has definitely messed with the algorithm. For sure. How are they supposed to get those cards? It's impossible. They got only 2 escape ropes, and for some reason they managed to get it on their first turn. Are you fucking serious? 2 escape ropes. That's insanity. And 4 Sonia, 4 Quick Ball, that's not even enough. 40 energies. Like, come on, it's insane. Common sense, yo. You're not gonna get anything but energies. Common sense. You can't play 40 energies in your deck. It doesn't work. If you play it in real life, if you shuffle the deck in real life, you're gonna get nothing but energies in your first hand. On the first 7 cards, the first 7 cards of your hand is gonna be nothing but energies. For so many games, you're gonna get nothing but energies. 40 energies, guys. 40 fucking energies. That's a deck for idiots. A deck for idiots. Mess with the algorithm. See if I care. Mess with the algorithm. You're not gonna win all games. It's impossible to win all. Now we have Menifee. Good luck, Kyogre. Good fucking luck. They can't even win the Groudon just now. Kyogre Groudon can't even win. Groudon can't even do enough damage. I'm just super pissed, guys. Like, people can just change the algorithm like that. It's not fair, you know? It's not fair. This game is just, I don't know, it's not for proper players. If you're a real competitor, you can just go on the dark web and just go on the dark net and just buy your chances, buy your coin flips, change the algorithm, and you're good to go. You don't even need to build a strong deck. You just need to build a basic dumb deck and just go to darknet and make it the best deck ever. Change the algorithm. Make sure you get the best hand at just the right time. Get your boss order at just the right time. Get this card at just the right time. Get that card at just the right time. The perfect setup. You don't need to do anything. Just go to the dark web. Trust me, it works. Trust me. That's how people get ahead. That's the truth, yo. Hashtag the truth. That's how people get ahead. These days, you think anything is real? You think everything on Instagram is real? You think everything on Facebook's real? Fuck that. It's all fake, guys. It's all fake. If you don't know that by now, you're an idiot. 40 energies and you got a Sonia and a Quick Ball on your... Wow. You got both on your first turn every fucking game. I've never seen a Kyogre that got nothing but energies in their hand on the first turn. On the first fucking turn, I've never played against a Kyogre. Never ever in my life. On the first fucking turn, they got Sonia and a Quick Ball. What the fuck? Okay, let's just focus on this game. I'm sorry about the energy, guys. I'm gonna come back to this, come back to Earth, and visit our Fairy type Pokemon and be as positive as we can. Fairy Ribbon Pokemon. We got our Rainbow Kecleon with 𝘿𝐻𝓚𝓐𝓐 ready to go. We're gonna do Energy Switch on the next turn, and we don't need to do Energy Switch though. My bad. Because we already have a grass and water type on the bench, so we don't need to switch. If we have, for example, a lightning energy attached to Sylveon early on, we can actually switch it to Kecleon and attach something else from our hand onto the Sylveon that we already have on the bench. So that's why energy switch is there, but it's mainly there for us to transfer from Kecleon to our Sylveon, so we actually get to attack faster with that card. So if we have, for example, if we have 2 energies after passing the turn, so after the first turn we can do Greening Cells for 2 energies on Sylveon, and then on the second turn we can actually do Fighting Energy, attach Fighting to our bench Kecleon, 𝘿𝐻𝓚 with Lumineon, and then energy switch 1 energy, any type of energy from Kecleon to our Sylveon to attack on the same turn after doing our 𝘿𝐻𝓚. So that's the way we are trying to do. That's the reason we have this energy switch in this deck, is so that we can actually attack faster with Sylveon. The main reason, obviously. But you can actually use it for other, other purposes. It's not set. You can use it for Lumineon to attack. You can use it for other cards to do damage as well. If you attack with Lumineon, you can use the ability a second time. So you actually have to offer something else though. You have to send something else as the new active. So I don't think it's that smart to use that attack. Unless if you have like an ability that works in the active spot. So we did Max Harmony to kill the final V card for the win. We killed a Moltres. We did our 𝘿𝐻𝓚 to get a lot of energies on the Kecleon. I'm not sure how much. But we got like a lightning and a steel energy, which is, the additional types. I think we got 250 damage, which is not bad. So sometimes we may not be able to bench all the different types just because we need our abilities. If we need to bench Leafeon and 𝘿𝐿𝐷 for their abilities to work, then we are forced to play like 2 identical types on the bench, and then if we do Manaphy and Lumineon as well, another 2 identical types, then we can't actually bench a Volcarona, we can't bench a second Sylveon. So this is the bad thing about this deck, is that we are focusing on, we are concentrating all of the energies, all of the types. We're substituting one Pokemon for all the different types so that we get to do high damage with that attack with Max Harmony, and also allow us to play our supporter cards on the go with our abilities. Also allow us to use our V abilities for their special effects. So Greening Cells to attack fast, Luminous Sign to get 𝘿𝐻𝓚, Luminous Sign for Sonia, Raihan, Boss Order, Bird Keeper. We only have 1 copy of Bird Keeper though, so no Escape Room, no Switch, no Air Balloon in this deck. But we only have 1 energy for the retreat, So 1 energy retreat cost for most Pokemons except for Kecleon and Volcarona. All other Pokemons in this deck are 1 energy retreat, so I don't think it's that difficult. We just need to wait for the active to die if we don't get our Bird Keeper, or if it get prize or something like that, or if we already used it. So we're up against a Stonejourner, Infinite Tank and Heal deck. They're trying to force us to do a one-hit knockout, but I don't think we can, just because they have Stone and the Full Face Guard. If they evolve, we're done for. So let's just aim to kill them before they evolve. Are they able to evolve with a Boost Shake? Do they have that in their deck? If they attach the tool and the energy that fast, then I don't think they are able to do the other things. So it's always a balance, right? If you can pull out both the special energy and tool card that early, I don't think you can evolve that easily. If you can evolve fast, I don't think you can get the damage reduction that easily. So we need to do 370 damage, I think. 370 damage to kill the VMAX. We better be killing it before it evolves. If they do that on the next turn, we're going to be completely screwed, because they got Stone Gift to heal like 1 billion damage every turn. But if they don't play Stone Gift though, they can't attack. Sorry, if they use that attack, they can't do damage. So that's the good thing about that's the disadvantage that they have. If they play a Cheryl, they can't attack as well, because they need 3 energies for Stonejourner for the 200 damage. So Schoolgirl to draw 4 cards. Oh, Schoolgirl is actually quite smart, because they you're not expecting a knockout until the very last minute. So you actually get to draw 4 cards until probably your 5th turn, right? Expect a knockout on the 5th turn, because the VMAX can probably tank a lot of damage and survive a lot of turns. And then by then you have to bench another Stonejourner, and by then your opponent is going to probably draw your first 3 prize cards, and you can't use your Schoolgirl anymore. You have to play a Schoolboy. So Schoolgirl with this crazy quad tank deck is actually quite smart. I play Schoolgirl for my V decks. Nothing but V Pokemons in play actually fit really well with Schoolgirl. So we actually did a one-hit knockout doing 310 damage, but just because they have the damage reduction, they got Stone Energy, Full Face Guard, we're only doing 270, so we actually get to do the max amount for this thing, for this particular game, which is super cool, because we get to do 310 with our Bea, having so many types on the bench. I think we got 8 types. If we have 9 types, if we have a colorless as well. So that's the bad thing about Kecleon. If you have any energies attached, it's not a colorless type anymore. You have to bench another Kecleon for that extra type, extra 30 damage. That's why Choice Belt is so helpful, right? If you have a Choice Belt, 280 is kind of like, it's not that easy, but it's also kind of not that difficult to achieve that. So for this deck, the maximum, the sweet spot is 250, but 280 is achievable. 310 is very rare. It's very rare that we can hit that high. So 280 is possible, but not too frequent is what I'm trying to say. But it's still possible, right? You can reach it for like 40 or 50% of the time, and then probably 45%. And then if you have a choice, but you get to do 310 damage with that attack. So, which is a lot, and can actually kill most of the VMAXs. Not most, but Orbital VMAX, Butterfree, all the low HP cards. If they play Single Strike as well, you can kill it. Single Strike Umbreon, Urshifu. Obviously Urshifu, but Umbreon gets killed. If they play Eternatus with Umbreon, you can actually boss the Umbreon on the bench. Oh my bad, if they play Eternatus, they are not doing Houndoom, right? They're not doing Single Strike Roar. If they do that though, if they play Single Strike Houndoom with the Eternatus, you can actually boss it on the bench. So we're up against Surfing Pikachu right now. Surf and Turf. So Surfing Pikachu is actually an electric type. It's not a water type. It should be a water type though. It would be quite interesting to see it weak towards grass type. But water type is actually weak towards lightning now. It's not weak towards grass. It used to be kind of a mix between grass and water weakness, but now we're mostly weak towards lightning. Well, only weak towards lightning, my bad. So if it was a water type, because it's surfing, right? It should be weak towards water. So it should be weak towards lightning just because it's conductible, because it's surfing. But if it's weak towards lightning though, then it actually is kind of the same as your Flying Pikachu. Flying Pikachu has the same weakness. If this surfing Pikachu is water, because that card is actually considered as a flying type, which is pretty cool. It actually makes sense as well, because you know, if you pop those balloons with your electricity, if you do a lightning storm attack to kill those balloons, then Pikachu has a death drop, does a death drop, and it cannot survive that. I'm sorry, Pikachu is too weak. Pikachu is too soft for a death drop. Okay, now we're up against Shady Dealing, so don't hope to win if you're playing against Shady, but well, you never know. Let's just fingers crossed, hopes for the best. We actually won against Groudon though, which is a huge surprise. So let's just hang in there and hope to win this one. Let's see if we can get 𝘿𝙚𝐿𝙚𝓚𝓚𝓚. Lucky. We don't have a Blissey in this deck though, so we may not get that lucky. No lucky energy. Melanie. They actually didn't attack this turn. Look at that. No attack. I was pretty sure they're gonna do a Shady for Quick Ball, Shady for Melanie, but I don't think they have enough. So even with those broken abilities, they still can do it. I think they only got one Drizzle in their hand, so they opted for Capacious Bucket because they couldn't discard the energy apparently. So let's Quick Ball for our Crobat and draw cards. Should we do Lumineon or Crobat? Okay, we are evolving, and let's just attack with Sylveon. Retreat. We can't attack yet, so let's just prepare it for the next turn. We're just gonna bench that. If they kill the Kecleon, we got another one. So let's charge up our Sylveon so that we get to attach our fighting energy to our Kecleon on the next turn, and then Lumineon for Bay to rake in all those extra types. So we already have water, fire, darkness, and grass type in play. If we get any other, if we get the same type of energy, it's not going to do anything. So we need fighting, lightning, metal, and what other types? There's one more type, right? Psychic type, psychic energy. Because we don't actually have a Sylveon on the bench. If we are attacking with it on the next turn. So here comes Inteleon Quickshoot. It looks very funny though, doesn't it? Surfing Pikachu looks so funny. It's hilarious. It's like, it looks so cute. It's a giant, silly little thing. Waving, flailing its arms. It's falling off the surfing board. I never get to play that card though. I wanted to do it, but other YouTubers already beat me to the punch. I mean, there's no point if people already posted that video. If you do like a different combo, then I suppose it would be pretty interesting to watch that. But as of now, I can't think of anything with those cards because you have your Manaphy. I don't think Surfing Pikachu works anymore. We don't actually have a Manaphy for this list, so interestingly, they can actually hit. Oh, it may be prize though. I think we have it. I'm pretty sure we have it. I think it's just prize. Oh, we discarded it. Okay, we didn't think of benching the Manaphy, probably because we wanted to do a one-hit knockout, but we got not enough. I don't think we can do it. If we have the 4 different types though, lightning, metal, darkness, and psychic attached this turn, I think we can kill the Pikachu, right? 310, exactly enough to kill it. I don't think we're gonna get that lucky. because we need exactly 4 energies and 4 exact types. We got one though, which is good enough, I suppose. Energy search for a lightning energy or a psychic. And they did a boss, which is quite silly, I would say. They don't have a telescopic sight, so I'm not sure why they have an air balloon. I mean, like, they should be playing telescopic sight. They could do Cheryl. Cheryl energy switch and attack with the Suicune, or maybe energy switch, evolve, attack with the second Pikachu after doing a Cheryl, because they have an air balloon. But I'm not sure what they're gonna do, honestly. Oh, they actually pass the turn attacking with the same one. So this is really weird. Suicune is gonna be horrible. It's gonna be the thing that's gonna save them. Suicune is way too powerful. Let's just collect the knockout with our Kecleon and then aim to knock out the last Pikachu. Let's hope they attack with the second Pikachu with our Sylveon. I don't think it's that easy though. We should be using our Volcarona to the max. I don't think we can attack with Sylveon because it has too much damage on it. If they play Quick Shoot, they can actually kill it with 200 damage. So 200 is enough to kill the VMAX. And they got 3 prize cards remaining. So we have to somehow attack with Volcarona for the final 2 prize or 3 prize. We actually have 2 copies in this deck. So this list has 2 Volcaronas, very different. I'm not sure how we managed to win this game. It's pretty ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's quite... They actually has the win, right? It's so... They have so much advantage right now. If they play Melanie on the Suicune, I think that would be smarter. I don't think they have enough Melanies though. I suppose that's the reason. Okay, here comes the level ball, another Drizzile, another Sobble. Oh my god. Excuse me. Okay, they're playing a Marnie. And they evolved the Pikachu. Horrible. We can't attack with Sylveon. We can't attack with Volcarona. What are we gonna do? Oh my goodness, they didn't attack. What the hell is happening? They don't have an energy. They don't have it in their hand. Isn't that ridiculous? They got so many Inteleons that they couldn't draw the energy card. That's a bit ridiculous. Not even a Capacious Bucket. That's sad, yo. I wonder what they have in their hand. Tool cards? Trainer cards? That's ridiculous. Maybe they have too many Inteleons. So let's just attack with the Kecleon and then collect the knockout with our Sylveon. If they do a boss, they can actually win the game. So fingers crossed they don't do that. Passing 1 turn is actually giving us the win right there. We just need to attach the lightning energy. Sorry, it's actually weak towards fighting. So let's just attach to Volcarona and then prepare the Sylveon as an extra type for the next turn. So we did 180 damage this turn. If they attack with the Pikachu, they're done. If they attack with the Suicune, I don't think we have a boss for this list. So they should be attacking the Suicune, but I don't think they have another energy. That's why they decided to Melanie onto the Pikachu, because it would be a risk if they draw only 3 cards. They may not get the energy card for Suicune. So had they used the Quick Shoot, for on the Kecleon just now, they can actually quick shot this turn for the knockout and then boss order a V card on the bench to kill it. But if they got a boss right now, they actually win as well. They can still win with the boss. If they just shady dealings with their final Inteleon, they got the Inteleon. Let's hope they didn't get a boss. I think they did a boss already. So if they play a boss, they can kill the Sylveon and we're done. That's the only way they can win the game. And they didn't get a boss. Look at that. I mean, they have so many advantage though. I suppose we got lucky because they didn't have the energy on the last turn. Didn't get a boss this turn and they're done. Ridiculous. We actually won. How crazy is that? And we're gonna do Volcarona because we actually have a lot of energy discarded. We're just gonna play our Volcarona for the final knockout hit. Got so many energies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 energies after the discard. So that's doing 200 damage with our Surging Flames. Killing the ridiculous Surfing Pikachu. Not too ridiculous though because it has Telescopic Sight now. Telescopic Sight with the Quick Shoot, which is not bad. But they got different tool cards in play as well. They actually did Air Balloon on the first one, which is quite silly. I was so prepared for a Cheryl though. I was expecting them to play a Cheryl because they got an Air Balloon on the first one. Not sure why they didn't do that. But if they do a Cheryl, they need Energy Switch. But they got Shady Dealings though. If you're smart enough, you should be playing those cards in your deck, right? Shady Dealings for Energy Switch. You can actually attack with the second Pikachu. Shady Dealings for another Incense, and you got your energies for the attack. You got your second attacker. You got your Cheryl as well. So you can only Shady as many, that much times. Obviously, you can't actually play that ability that many times. But I mean, if you have just one Incense in your hand, you just need to Shady for a switch, energy switch. Sorry, Shady for an energy switch and a Cheryl, and you're good to go, right? They actually got 2 Sobbles on the bench. So, not sure why they didn't do that. It could be priced though. Some cards could be actually priced. So, that's the name of this game. LUCK. It's a gamble. It's always a gamble. You can't fit everything into the same deck, unfortunately. Okay. Not sure why we did the angry emoji just now. If they play Fan of Waves, it's gonna be reset, but let's just take the risk. Higher risk, higher reward, right? We're gonna Dream Gift for the evolution just because we already have 2 energies in play. And if they kill the Kecleon, they're probably gonna kill it. We're gonna get our Quick Ball for... Let's do Lumineon. I wanna do Lumineon for Sonia because I don't think we have enough bench. We need Kecleon, we need Sonia, we need Lumineon. So let's do Luminous Sign for the first Sonia to get a second Lumineon, and then possibly attach the energy on our second on the turn after the next onto the Kecleon with the 𝘿𝐻𝓚𝓚. But we need to attach somehow a fighting energy onto that Kecleon, so I'm not sure how to do that. We have to do a lot of things though. So Dream Gift actually ends your turn. We can't Dream Gift for the basic energy set. We got it though. We got it into our hand. And Energy Search, that's great. We're gonna do Quick Ball for Kecleon. We don't have a supporter card in the discard pile, so we are forced to play Lumineon this turn for a second copy. Sonia for another one. This is a bit ridiculous, but we just need to wait a few turns for us to be able to play our Kecleon. But that's fine because our first knockout is actually really great. Oh, we did our Crobat. Interesting. So we discarded that and we did a Crobat, okay. Instead of putting the Lumineon in our hand. And we got no fighting energy though. At least we do a one-hit knockout. So 190 wouldn't have been enough. Because it's a Urshifu, we're actually taking advantage of its weakness. Which is fine, because it does happen. You get the perfect matchup. I mean, people play a lot of Urshifu in the standard format just because you can kill Arceus very easily with your fighting Pokemons, and you can also do a one-hit knockout with a single strike, hit a lot of Pokemons with your rapid strike. I mean, people love those decks. Very sensational, right? Rapid strike, single strike, the multi-battle styles. I don't see a lot of Mew VMAX on the standard ladder though. Not a lot of Mew anymore, just because Urshifu is so Urshifu Moltres is so overplayed. Now I don't actually see any Mew VMAXs. Because you just need one Moltres in your deck. One Moltres is all it takes. Dire Flame Wings, enough Darkness Energy, enough ways to discard that energy, Energy Surge, Shady Dealings, and you're good to go. One hit knockout against a VMAX, horrible. How are they going to recover from that? If they hit first though, Mew VMAX is actually very fast, so if they can kill a V card first, they actually win the game because they can actually do balls every single turn. If they're able to draw it out into their hand or even a cross switcher, they got Genesect for the draw, so I don't think it's that difficult. So it's still actually in the meta, I would say. Mew VMAX is still overpowered just because you can do the knockout hit very fast. You can do your first knockout before your opponent and then draw the first 2 prize, and all you need is collect 2 more V knockouts for the win. I've seen people done Mew VMAX for Psychic Leap and also Mew VMAX for Glistening Droplets. I really love that though. I actually thought about that but didn't get to play that just because I don't have Mew VMAXs. I have the VMAX, but I don't have the Fusion Strike Basic. I have the non-Fusion Strike Mew V, the V Basic that is not a Fusion Strike, the Energy Burst one. But it would be pretty cool to play that because you get to do Glistening Droplets to place 5 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon for a knockout, killing 1 prize decks easy. If they play like Malamar, you can actually kill it on the bench, which is pretty cool, but you can't do anything else though, right? You can play Horror Energy and Rocky Helmet against a 1 prize, but I don't think it does much. If they switch to the bench, if you can't do a 1-hit knockout on VMAX, if they have, for example, 50 HP remaining, you can actually do Glistening Droplets to collect the knockout on the bench. If they have like 10 HP remaining and if they play heal cards like Lucky Ice Pop or Crystal Cave, if they have 40 HP remaining after the recovery, the damage recovery, you can still kill that VMAX with your Glistening Droplets on the bench, which is super cool. Super cool because you can't actually do that much damage with your Power Tablet. You can do it the first time around, but not the second time around that easily. You need to draw out those item cards. You need some way of, playing that every single turn. Choice Belt as well. If you do Double Turbo, you're going to do less damage. So Double Turbo Power Tablet is the only way you're doing more damage. With Leon, you could play Leon in a deck. You can actually draw cards with your Genesect and then play Leon for the damage boost. So 270, I suppose, is the base damage without the Double Turbo. If you play Elisa, you can't play Leon though. So if you do Double Turbo, 250 is probably the base damage they can do without Power Tablets. That means you need at least 2 to kill a VMAX. Probably 3, because VMAXs normally have 320 HP at least. So we won against Urshifu VMAX, Umbreon. They actually couldn't evolve the second VMAX, which is quite silly. The Umbreon VMAX couldn't evolve, just because they're playing 2 different VMAXs in their deck. It's quite difficult to evolve VMAXs for some reason, so you need your Adventurous Discovery. That card helps out a lot, not only to bench your first, to set up your bench early on in the game, but also to evolve everything. That's why Shadow Raider has it, but any V decks, I would recommend to play that card if you have any V-Star, any VMAXs in your deck, play Adventurous Discovery. If you have a lot of those cards, right? If you're playing like only one VMAX attacker, you can actually do Adventurous Discovery for this deck, but I prefer not to, just because we have our 1 prize. We need our 1 prize Kecleon to support our Sylveon. If we don't get Kecleon, we can't do anything. So if we do Adventurous Discovery for Lumineon, we can search for Sonia, but we can't play Sonia and Adventure on the same turn. So that's why I prefer Sonia and Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, Capture Energy, VIP Pass, Poke Kit instead of that supporter card. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave you guys to it. We actually gone through a lot of games right now, and it's past the 1 hour mark. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna leave you guys to focus on the game. We're gonna keep it silent from here on out and enjoy the music, enjoy the game. Hope you guys had a great time. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.